Hey y'all, welcome back. So I have a quick little dessert for you, southern banana pudding, or at least southern banana pudding for us. I'm going to go through all of the ingredients and get it started. Super easy to put together, and you just refrigerate it for a couple of hours and it's ready to go. Forewarning, you will want to eat the whole pan. First thing we're going to start with, since I'm putting some in the fridge and I'm going to be taking some to my mom, I'm just using a little Tupperware, but a 9x13 casserole pan will work just the same. First thing I'm going to get in my stand mixer, and I like to use a stand mixer for this, it just creams it better. If you don't have a stand mixer, you can use an electric mixer or even mix it by hand. It just, it speeds up the process. So we're going to pour in a can of condensed milk. And we're going to add in a block of cream cheese. Now, cream cheese is one of those things I don't skimp on. So a lot of times I don't mind using the off-brands, but for the cream cheese, I've tried other brands and I feel like I can taste a difference. So I prefer the Philadelphia cream cheese. Some people say they can't, but for this, I just spend a little bit more and get the one I want. So this is already softened, and we're going to plop that down in there with the sweetened condensed milk. Now, sweetened condensed milk is not the same thing as evaporated milk. So you want to get the one that says sweetened condensed, not pet milk or evaporated milk. So I'm going to drop that down in there, lock it into place, and we're just going to turn it on low and let it go. So I am using a instant pudding mix, but we're going to be using 1 box of French vanilla pudding mix. And we're going to add it to 2 cups of water, not 2 cups of water, 2 cups of milk. And we're just going to mix it up until it comes together. This you could also use an electric mixer for. It saves you some muscle power, but it's not very hard to mix it together. So just do what works for you. I'm just going to beat this around for just a minute or so until it starts really thickening up. And this can be your arm workout for the day too. If you mix that by hand, definitely let that be your arm workout. And you see it starting to come together. Super simple. We're just going to set that to the side, and we're going to bring our pan over. So you just want to line the bottom of your pan with some vanilla wafers or Nilla wafers, whatever you call them. Now, I used to lay mine out individually, and I know some people who still do, but I just create a little layer across the bottom and get it good and covered. You want to cover so you don't have very many holes at all. It just ensures that you have cookie throughout the whole thing. And now we're going to slice up some bananas to go on top. So I use about 6 to 8 bananas for each batch of banana pudding. But how many do I have here? I have 4, I have 9. So I'm not going to keep, well, I might keep just one banana. We'll see how full it gets, but I was planning on using all of these just to use them up. It also depends on the size of your bananas also. So you just want to slice them up and get them put on top. I think that looks like enough bananas. So we'll save those 2 as an afternoon snack for Thatcher. Our cream and our milk look like they've combined together pretty good. So we're going to stop that for just a second. I'm going to unlock it. And we're going to add in our pudding mixture. Now, like I said, this is a super simple, quick recipe, so it doesn't take long for it to come together. We'll pour in our French vanilla pudding. And we're going to mix that around for just another minute or so. Now, what we'll also be adding to this is it's usually about a container and a half of whipped topping, but I got the large one this time. So it's going to be about 3/4 of this container, so about 12 ounces. Once that's kind of mixed together, we'll just fold in this whipped topping. We want to make sure it stays nice and fluffy. So I don't use my mixer paddle to fold this in. I just fold it in with my spatula by hand. I'm just letting it go to get nice and all mixed in together. Now what I'll also do is I like to tuck in some of these cookies down into the side. So in just a few minutes after we get the cream part poured in, I'm going to tuck some of these all around the side like you'll see, and just push them down into the pudding mix. I do have a little box left, another box that I can use if I run out of cookies. One box should be plenty, but if you have an extra box and you want to throw some extra cookies, nobody ever complains about too many cookies. So, I'm going to take mixer off just so I don't have to clean off the bottom in just a second. And move this over here. So I want to scrape down all the sides and make sure all the cream cheese is mixed in there well. Kind of clean off our spatula with the side of the bowl, and we're going to fold in our whipped topping. Now this is thawed. I know it comes in the freezer section, but you don't want it frozen. It won't fold in very easily if it's frozen. So if you do have it in your freezer, just let it thaw a little bit before you mix it in. It doesn't take long. I mean, it's just heavy cream. And if you don't have whipped topping, then just make your own. Just turn your mixer on and use your little whisk mixer and whip up some heavy cream. It doesn't take very long at all for it to turn into some whipped topping for you. So we just fold this in. So y'all can probably hear some of the construction going on outside. Our fence is being repaired after the hurricane. It just really, it took a hit to the fence. So they're putting the boards back up and getting us all tucked back in. So ignore the drills and hammers if you hear them. It's coming together nice and fluffy. We just want to make sure it's evenly mixed. Now it never fails, once I get to the bottom of the bowl, I see that I need to mix a little bit more. So if halfway into pouring it, that's what I'm stopping doing, that's why. Because I never quite get to the bottom of the bowl like I want. So, look how fluffy. Just want to make sure it's all evenly mixed. And just start to spread it out. Very simple and very delicious. Might not be able to get the lid on it with this container. Just means I have to eat some down to be able to take it to my mom. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that's good. And I'm going to add a few little cookies around the edge. And then we're going to refrigerate this for at least 2 hours. It's really good if you can let it set overnight. But if you can't and you just can't wait, then that's okay. But you want to give it at least 2 hours for those cookies to start to soak up some of that pudding mix and it to all just get settled in there. And like I said, I'm just going around the edge with some cookies. And I usually take my cookie crumbs and sprinkle them on the top. But since we made it a little over halfway, I'm not going to open another box just to kind of tuck them around. But I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. We'll come to y'all. Beautiful banana pudding. Just be warned, you will want to eat the entire pan. And if people ask you for the recipe, just share it with them. Everybody needs some good bread pudding, not bread pudding, banana pudding in their life. You see how the cookies are all lined across the side? All right, y'all, we're gonna get it in the fridge and get it chilling. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.